Hello friends, welcome to Network Tech Zone. My name is Sanjana. In our previous video, we have configured dynamic NAT and we have also learned that the new IPs won't get translated to public IP address since the pool that we configured in the dynamic NAT with the public IP was exhausted. So in order to allocate the public IP address for any number of hosts present in our private network, we will use dynamic PAT. And today we are going to do the lab about configuration of dynamic PAT. So in dynamic PAT, we can use only one public IP address and our ASA will use different port numbers to differentiate between the different sessions. And here is a simple topology. I have the ASA firewall placed between the private and the public network. For the private network, I have 10.1.1.0 with /24 for the subnet, out of which I have a Windows PC with 1.1 and a router with 1.3. And between the ASA and the outside router, I have my default gateway. This is my home router with default gateway address 192.168.112.2, out of which 112.5 is assigned to the outside interface on the ASA firewall and 112.3 is assigned for the outside router. I have also taken a loopback IP address just because I thought like we can also learn about manual NAT in the same video. So I have taken a loopback address for the outside router with IP address 1.1.1.1. So this is the configuration. I have already pre-configured the IP address for all these devices just in order to save the time. And let's just verify. Let's start from the Windows PC first. So I'll go to adapter settings, right click, properties, version 4 TCP IPv4 properties. So I got 10.1.1.1, which you see here with the default gateway 1.2, which they're right on the interface connected to ASA firewall for the inside. And the subnet mask I've taken /24. And the preferred DNS server, I have taken 8.8.8.8 and alternate DNS server 4.2.2.2. So that's all about the configuration on the Windows PC. I'll just close this. If you will go to network connections, let's go to network and internet and network and sharing center. You're seeing that though this is connected to our router, we don't have access to the internet. So our task is to make sure that you get access to this internet with the help of a dynamic PAT. Okay, and let's move to the router, inside router. And I have already configured the IP address, show IP interface brief. You can see 10.1.1.3 and the status is up. I also have configured telnet. And I have used only the same commands over here that you see for both in route and for the outside router with password Cisco enable password is just enable. Enable itself is the enable password for both these routers. So moving on to the router outside, that is VIOS that you see on the outside network. Let's check the configuration here. And I have got outer router. Since I've configured the telnet, so it's asking for enable password, and that is enable. Show IP interface brief. So you can see there is a loopback IP address which is pre-configured, and also the gigabit Ethernet 0/0 is got 112.3 IP address. That's this IP address that you see on the topology. Okay, and this you don't need to configure because by default, this is the home router and it is 192.168.112.2. And for ASA firewall, I already have pre-configured the IP address. I'll just run show run command on this AC and you can see both the IP address configured for gigabit 0/0. That is the outside interface. I have 192.168.112.5 with /24, and it's outside. And for interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 that you see here for the inside, the IP address is 192.168.112.5 for outside, and for inside you got 10.1.1.2 with /24. That is this interface for the inside. Okay, and I have also got routing in place. So let's just check the routing. I've got two routes. One is I've got towards the internet for the default route. I have with the next hop 192.168.112.2, which is this default gateway. Okay. For me to get access to the internet. And since I have a loopback IP address here on this router, which is on the outside router, I have also got static route. So I have given 1111/32. I've taken the complete subnet. Okay. And the next IP address I've taken 192.168.112.3. Okay. And so that's about the routing in the ASA firewall. Okay. And let's move to the routing for router inside. For the router inside, let's check show IP route. You will see we have got a default route and that's connected via default gateway 10.1.1.2. Okay. And for this router outside, we have also got routing in place. Show IP route. You can see here, there is a default route that is connected via outside interface of ASA. That is 192.168.112.5. Okay. So far we have configured the IP address. We have seen that all of these devices have got routing in place, and both these routers have also got telnet. So our plan is to get this Windows connected to the internet, and when I'm trying to telnet the outside router, Okay, from the inside router, I should not be seeing private IP address. I should be seeing the public IP address. And in this lab, I will choose 112.5 for our manual NAT lab. Okay, I'll just take only one single public IP address for manual NAT. And then I'm going to NAT this host present in the private to reach outside network with the help of a dynamic path using auto NAT. Okay, so before we do proceed with the configuration of NAT, we also need to configure access list. Okay, and access group. Let's go ahead and configure the access list first. Access list traffic and permit any. Let's permit TCP, right? Because we want to do telnet, correct? So TCP from any to any. I also want to have ICMP. I should be able to even ping. So traffic permit ICMP from any to any. Don't forget to configure access group. So access group, same name, traffic in interface outside. Okay. Very simple. Just save this. Now we have got access list in place. Now we will go ahead and configure objects. So we will create only one object because I will give the subnet command, and that will help us in getting the entire network from the private to get translated. Let us create object for the private. Object network private. Let's select subnet 10.1.1.0 with /24 for the subnet mask. Okay. And now we will do NAT. So NAT, we are going to NAT from inside to outside, right? And use the command dynamic because we are doing dynamic port address translation, right? So dynamic. And I want to dynamically get this translated on this interface itself. I'm not going to use any other public IP address. Let's get this on the interface itself. Okay. So even if the outside port IP address changes on this ASA firewall, it will by default take that same public IP address on the outside port of this ASA firewall. So enter. Okay. Exit. Now let's go ahead and check if you have access to the internet for the Windows PC. Before that, let's see show NAT details. Here you're seeing the translation count is okay. There was something that was created earlier. Let me just clear Xlate. Okay. Show Xlate. So 0 in use. We have not configured anything. Show NAT details. We have not initiated any traffic. This is just the earlier traffic that was there. Okay, let's go ahead. And now we see the translation hit count is 6. Let's check when we initiate some traffic from the Windows PC. Let's go to the Windows computer. It's showing no access to the internet. Let's check. No access to the internet. Let's just disable and enable this internet adapter settings. Enable. Let's see if it is detecting that network first. It's identifying. Okay, it identified network 4. Now you can see it has got internet access. Okay, let's go to command prompt. Ping 8.8.8.8. Yes, we're getting a reply. All right, let's check if the Google page is up. If you can connect to the internet. www.google.com. Okay. Establishing secure connection. No data received. Let's try again. Okay, perfect. So you got the Google page. If you want to still search anything like Cisco, just make sure that you can access the internet. Yes. Perfect. So we got access to the internet for our Windows PC. Okay, let's check telnet access on the router. So let's go with the router, the in router, and we will see telnet access. Let's check what's the hit count on the ASA firewall. Earlier hit count was 6. Let's see, show NAT details. Okay, you see that for getting access to the internet, so many translation has taken place. If you want to see show accelerate, you can see RI, nothing but your dynamic port. It's a dynamic port map, nothing but the dynamic path. So you can see so many sessions have been established when you're trying to go to google.com, and you can see every time the port numbers are getting changed here, right? So the port numbers are randomly chosen by this ASA. So that's the reason we call it as a dynamic. That means it's changing. The port numbers are changing. It's called dynamic path. Okay. And let's see telnet. Telnet. We will try to access this IP address for the router outside. Yeah. So 192.168.112.3 Cisco. And you can see you got access to the out router. ENABLE password And when you go to the out router, and then you will check show users, you will see the public IP address. So even if you have more than 2 routers, you can still use only one single public IP address. Show users. Let me just exit out from here. We are actually on the router outside, okay? Let's go with the, that's why it's showing the IP address of the outside itself, because we are telnetting from this on from outside. Let's go to VIOS in router. Yeah. You're supposed to go to the inside router, right? Okay. Telnet outside router 192.168.112.3. Cisco enable password is enable. Now let's check. Show users. Now you should be seeing this interface IP address which we configured for our NAT. That is 192.168.112.5. Let's see what it comes up. Yeah. And if you want to see the port numbers, show TCP brief. It's taking some time. Okay. So it's on port number 30914. So there will be different port numbers for the different sessions, and that port numbers are going to be allocated by the AC firewall. The port numbers are not constant because it's a dynamically chosen by the AC firewall. So this is about the port address translation for dynamic path using auto NAT. But very important to understand, in dynamic path or in dynamic NAT, okay, the communication is not bidirectional. So inside to outside traffic will work, but not from outside to inside. If you want to check, you can just use the command. Let's see, from outside, I am going to try from this out router. So we are on an out router, right? Okay. So I will try to ping maybe the Windows PC. Let's see what happens. So 10.1.1.1. It will fail. If you want to even telnet the inside router, let's see, I will say telnet the public IP address. So telnet 192.168.29.5, right? In case of static NAT, it was bidirectional. So you were able to even telnet from outside with the help of public IP address. But here it will fail. Connection time dot, remote host is not responding. Let's see telnet, the direct real IP address of this router. Telnet 10.1.1.3. So no matter you're using public IP address or the real IP address of the inside router, in okay, it will still fail. And hence it's not bidirectional as it was in case of a static NAT. That's all about the configuration of a dynamic paired using AutoNAT. In the next video, we will learn about dynamic path using manual NAT. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.